Welcome to Waypoint Connect. It's so great that you're able to join us for this episode. I'm really grateful, Lloyd, that you're able to be here with us. So thank you for making the time.
Yeah, it's good to be here. Thank you for having me.
Lloyd, as a start, why don't you tell us a bit about yourself, where you're from?
I'm from PE. Was born in PE, and yes, grew up in a children's home.
Okay.
Um, Raised in B. My mother was raped, but I think they said 8 guys,
Sure.
and she fell pregnant with me. And actually, when I was born, and then she died because apparently she was so damaged, and it was either her or me.
Cool.
So she decided I must leave and she must go.
Okay.
And and I grew up in a children's home and until I was 18 and been in the street after that for a while and trying to find my way up there. And still remember I was writing matric and I was like studying under the bridge and for my finals and it was heavy and but I managed to make it and I got 3 distinctions and I did well.
Mm.
And after that, I've been in the street for 2 years after matric, and it was tough. It was tough, and also I used to like work jobs, 2 jobs, like 2, 3 jobs. I had waitering jobs and work from the morning till night, saving up money so I can get a place to stay. So it was quite heavy, and it was challenging with all the street connections and all the things happen in the street and so it was, but I think my mindset was quite good because I knew what I wanted and what I'm working towards to, even though it was hard, but I knew one day I'll get there.
Yeah.
And yeah, but
So if we can just pause there for a second, just simply in terms of your life story, how that started, that in itself is such a big challenge for anybody. And then not to have a family that's able to welcome you in and fill that role of your parents that you didn't have in your life. So now you've got that as well that's an influence in your life. It's amazing the fact that you experienced what you did, been through that, and where you are, what you've achieved. I think for the average person it would have been a massive challenge, and I don't see a lot of people being able to come out positively at the end of it.
yeah, it's quite challenging. That's why I said, look, it's not that easy to go through it. I mean, if your mindset is right, I mean, you can achieve anything. And I always to pray, like I like believe, like I pray every day and like ask God, God, please help me on my own on this. I can't do it on my own. And you know, sometimes things look so dim and it's like and going nowhere and I feel like giving up like a couple of times. I don't want to lie, like taking my life and because I didn't see any way out.
Yeah.
It was difficult and not having a family to run to and nobody because I have nobody, like no family, nothing. And so that was the other thing. You know, everybody need a family, need love, like everyone else. Every child need that.
Yeah.
But it was quite challenging. It was quite difficult, but I went through it all on my own.
Yeah.
And today I'm proud to say, if whatever I have, I work for it. And I'm still want to reach my goals. Still a lot of things I need to achieve in life. And I'm still working towards that.
And what I'm picking up from what you're sharing is, on the one hand, it's your attitude, your outlook in life, not so much opportunities that you've got that for you was the big breakthrough. But then on the other hand, what I'm also picking up is your relationship with God.
Yes. very
Talking
important.
to Him constantly and knowing that He's there to support you. So how does your relationship with God, how does that work in your everyday life?
I say I believe it in prayer.
Okay.
It's just if you believe God exists and God is there, because for me, it's the only family I have. Growing up, it's like I only have God. So it's like prayer, prayer, prayer after prayer. And to be honest, He answered my prayers a lot of times, and He's always been there for me. So grew up in a children's home. We used to be in the church also, like never miss a Sunday at church. So I got that from there, from the young age, and be at church. Like they teach you about God, and so I started to believe from there. So me being in the street, it was like I know what to do. I just have to pray every day, and things will just fall in place. And not easy also because a lot of challenges Because God will challenge you, see if you really believe in me, you really think I will pull this up. And if I remember, after 3 years in the street, and I just applied for a job overseas, and you know, when you're in that state, you're like, why? Nah, it's not me. I will never get this job. You know, there is people there, educated people that they will like, someone from the street. You know, I mean, I didn't have nothing, and I didn't even have address to put on the CV. So it was difficult, and I just applied, and I just keep on praying all the time, and I got a response. Excited that I got the job, and I think that was my breakthrough in life.
Okay.
And it was hard. And I remember going overseas, and I only have one pair of shoes, and like carrying like a carry-more bag. I had nothing because likely the job was like providing everything, your flight and everything. So it was sorted. So I didn't have to have anything, which I didn't have anything. So
Yeah.
so my thing, it was just to get there. And I mean, God was being there for me, and He opened up those doors for me, and which is make me stronger growing up in God's way. So I knew He's always there for me, no matter
And
what
it's
I
it's
go
that
through.
thing of connecting with people in church
Yes.
and knowing that God is there. And in those moments where there's a breakthrough and you realize it's only God that could have done this, that's that confirmation of the fact that you're in a relationship with a God that's living, that's there for you.
Yes, yes. God is, I mean, friends are friends, you know. Most friends, I had friends, a lot of friends, but friends are only there for good times. When it's like you really need them, they're never there. But when you really need God, He's always there.
Yeah.
That I know for a fact. So I believe that, I that believe, and I still believe in it. I believe I'm still going to reach these goals I want to reach.
Yeah.
Because that going overseas, work, come back, and involved in sport and doing things, and afterwards I find out I've got a brain tumor also.
Tell us a bit about that. After that hectic start to your life and then finding out that you've got a brain tumor.
Yes, I had a brain tumor. Like I used to, was that, you know, I was a fighter. I used to play sport. I was a cage fighting. I used to do boxing, MMA, and all that. And after a while, I started to get sick, and nose bleeding and stuff. And so I went to hospital. I got to hospital, and they found out I have a brain tumor, and it's been growing like for a while. And they said, look, also it's like 50-50. I've got like 5% of living if I go for the operation. So it was a decision to make. Do I go for operation, or I just sit back and die? So I prayed again, and God told me, look, 5% is a lot. 5% is a lot. Go for it. So I took operation, and I've been in a coma for 3 months, and for 3 weeks, not 3 months. And I came back, and I opened my eyes, and again God was there for me. And after a few months, and then brain tumor grew up again. It was growing back. And this is where last year, December, they said, now I've got a brain cancer.
Okay.
And I only have like a month to live
Sure.
in December last year. And because I believe, I prayed again. And I said, God, I'm going to live for good. I know that. And I prayed, and month went on, and I'm still here. As I'm still here today, and I'm still believing in God, and they're still saying they don't know how long I have, but I know I still have a lot of time left because I still have a lot to achieve. So, yeah, I still believe, and I'm still keep going, keeping fit and praying and coming to church and keeping myself occupied and all the time. And so it's been very challenging, and it's still challenging every day because I still get sick sometimes, and my nose start bleeding, but it comes and goes. So it's gonna be part of my life for long. But I know how to handle it now. You know, I'm just living like everyone else. There is no turning back on it.
And in terms of what you've shared, it just links in so well with what we've been covering, where we looked at the story of Noah, we looked at David, and we just discovered that God is a God that wants a personal relationship with us.
Yes.
And to ask the question, God, why did you allow this to happen to me? It's not a very good question to ask. It's more a matter of, God, where were you in this situation?
Yeah.
And what have you got in store for me in my life? And how to work through this, and knowing that He's going through this with you. And discovering in your instance that confirmation that we've got that God that's a personal God that wants a personal relationship with us.
Yes, I think it's about believing also. I mean, you can say God is there, but if you don't really believe it in your heart, that God is there, and confess that God did this for me, and He did bring me until where I am today. And I mean, God is going to open up more doors for you. And I believe that. And when I look at myself, I don't look at myself like, I don't want people to feel sorry for me, ever. That is now my thing. Don't feel sorry for me. I can tell you my story, but I don't expect you to feel sorry for me and maybe me. No. I'm telling the story because I just want to feel good for myself, and I want to move forward from it so that you know where I come from. But don't feel sorry for me. So I want to be like everyone else.
Yeah.
You know, I think that something else that makes me strong and get up in the morning and move forward. Whatever challenges I'm facing at work, everywhere, and I'm just being like anyone else. You know, I don't want people to see me like, oh, you come from there, you don't have family, oh, shame. No, no. I'm happy. You should be happy with me.
That's right.
So that's the main thing. I'm happy, so we move.
Lloyd, thank you very much. Thank you for being open and sharing what you've gone through and experienced as encouragement for other people to say that
Yes.
you were able to overcome this with God by your side in relationship with God, and that it's available to all of us.
Yes. I mean, as I said, we need to believe. If you believe, you can overcome everything.
Yeah.
Like, I believe God is there, and He showed me how many times that He is there for me. And I mean, if I didn't believe, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
Yeah.
And yeah, like as I said, I tried to take my life. I thought about taking my life a couple of times, but it's, you know, when you just can't get there because God just stops you there. And it's like tomorrow, and then it's a better day, and then I'm smiling again. And I'm like, okay, there's no need, was no need for that. I could just have supposed to wait just a little before I can decide that. So next time when you get that feeling, you just become automatical, you know, with patience. God is gonna answer my prayers.
Yes.
So this is how I handle myself. It's just I believe, and patiently I know He's gonna be there. It's gonna be hard
God's
today,
time.
but I know tomorrow is gonna be a better day.
Awesome. Thank you for tuning in and being part of Lloyd sharing his story. And I hope that in Lloyd sharing his story, it's given you hope, and it's shared something about a God that we have a relationship with, that wants a personal relationship with each and every one of us. And remember, have a great week.